Okay, let's talk about discernment because everybody says use discernment, but nobody explains what that actually feels like in real time. Discernment is basically spiritual pattern recognition. It's how your spirit, your body, and your mind work together to say, this is God, this is my fear, or this is straight up distraction. Think of your life like a group chat. You got multiple voices texting you all day: God, your healed self, your unhealed fear, other people's expectations, and straight temptation or confusion. Discernment is you learning, okay, who just sent that message? How to feel when it's God. When it's God, it does not always feel comfortable, but it feels clear. The message might challenge you, stretch you, or expose you, but underneath it, there's a weird piece like, I know this is right, even if I don't like it. God's voice doesn't rush you with panic, doesn't need you to perform, calls you higher, but also gives you grace to get there, lines up with your actual assignment, not your ego. Sometimes God sounds like, block that number and focus. Rest. If you grind through this, you'll break yourself. Tell the truth, even if they get mad. You'll feel a little sting, but your spirit Loki nods like, yeah, I know. How to feel when it's anxiety or trauma. When it's anxiety, the energy is different. Anxiety talks fast, loud, and negative. What if they leave? What if you fail? You're behind. Hurry up, fix it now. It feels like tight chest, racing thoughts. Urgent, do something right now or you'll die energy. No room for nuance. No room for God. Anxiety doesn't care about truth. It cares about control. You'll notice the thought is obsessed with worst case scenarios. And it usually doesn't come with an action that builds you. It just loops you. Discernment is you stopping and saying, hold up. Is this instruction or is this just fear rehearsing every bad outcome? How to feel when it's temptation or distraction. Temptation is wild because it usually sounds reasonable. It'll say, just this one time. You can always get back on track later. God understands you're stressed. Temptation pulls you towards something you already know drains you. Promises quick relief with long-term consequences. Makes you hide, lie, or move sneaky. Any voice that needs you to move in the dark outside your own integrity and away from the version of you told God you want to become, that's not discernment, that's distraction dressed up cute. How to start practicing discernment daily. Discernment is a muscle, not a magic trick. You don't get it one time, you train it. 3 simple questions you can start asking in the moment. 1. What fruit does this thought lead to? If I follow this voice for 30 days, do I end up more grounded, more honest, more aligned? Or more anxious, more sneaky, more drained? 2. Does this voice respect my humanity? God corrects, but God doesn't humiliate you. If the voice is calling you names, dragging you, telling you you're worthless or unlovable, then that's not God. 3. Can I say this out loud to someone wise I trust? If I'm scared to repeat it because I know it sounds off, that's a sign it's not from a clean place. Discernment versus overthinking. Some of y'all think you're being discerning, but you're actually just stalling. Discernment leads you to a decision. Overthinking keeps you stuck. If you've prayed, sat with it, checked your motives, and the only thing left is fear of making the wrong move, you're not waiting on God. You're waiting on a guarantee. Discernment says, I might not know everything, but I know enough to take the next aligned step. Closing from CTA. So quick recap. God's voice, clear, honest, sometimes uncomfortable, but anchored in peace. Anxiety, fast, loud, worst case, control-based. Temptation, convenient, sneaky, short-term relief with long-term drain. If you want me to do a part 2 on how to discern between a test and an attack, or how to trust your gut after you've ignored it for years, comment discernment, and tell me which one you struggle with more, God versus anxiety, or God versus temptation. And if this hit, save it, so next time your mind starts spiraling, you can come back and check which voice is talking. You can stop the screen record at the recap and then do a separate short that's just 3 questions to practice discernment daily if you want something extra snackable.